Hello, I'm author Denise Turney, and you are watching the Chistell, Chistell.com YouTube channel. And this Chistell.com YouTube episode is about podcasts and what you can get out of a podcast, not only as a book author or book marketer or publicist, but if you're in another line of business. People are really moving to video. As I said earlier, it's sometimes this we still want to see each other and hear each other, but the form that we choose to communicate with can change. Like I know during the pandemic, Zoom really took off, and people may not watch like normal TV. I remember when there were just three channels, then it went to cable, then it went to streaming, but we still want to see and hear from each other. So podcast is one of the ways to do that. And there are great ways to find and connect with the very people who are looking for books that you write. As an author, I'm focusing on writing, but you could use podcasts again for other things that you do, other lines of business, other industries that you might be in. But you can't just create podcasts. Treat listeners to a great podcast title and overview. Now, I don't have all the professional cameras and everything, but my podcast really has grown, and I appreciate that. Consistency is one thing, and I may talk about that later in this show. How else will listeners know that you're covering topics that interest them if you don't have enough specifics or detail in your topics? Because not everybody's going to want to listen to whatever it is you're sharing. Other winning book podcasts must-haves include a catchy name. So you can come up with a catchy name for your book podcast. I've been hosting for a podcast, not just like the Chistell.com YouTube channel, but the podcast I have for like radio is Off the Shelf. Off the Shelf Books Talk Radio. And it's been on for over 15 years. I encourage you to stop by. Off the Shelf Books Talk Radio, Blog Talk Radio. If you type in Denise Turney, Off the Shelf, it should come up #1. And all you have to do is search again for Denise Turney Off the Shelf, and it should come up at the very top. Please stop by and listen to the great author interviews. And if you're an author who's would like to be interviewed on Off the Shelf, please connect with me. We are generally scheduled like 6 or 8 months out, but sometimes it trims down to just like 2 or 3 months, and you can get on the show. A professional intro could be music with a pro voiceover. I finally did this. So at Off the Shelf Books Talk Radio, I did an intro myself for about 14 years. I would do the intro just like I do here. Then I got a professional voiceover with music, and I absolutely love it. And so I'm sure that Off the Shelf book listeners do too. That's something, a professional intro. Prepare questions in advance. I can't say this enough. I have a 1-hour show. I do at least 30 questions so that if it takes 2 minutes per question, boom, I got an hour. I don't have a lot of open-ended time, end time that I have to fill up. So it helps you to avoid awkward silence, especially if you're dealing with a guest who's not real talkative. And then have other things that you're gonna bring in to the show to help keep it moving forward. But preparing questions in advance helps. Now I'll give you a little tip here. I used to have guests that would beg me, Denise, please send us the questions in advance. I want the questions, and I said no. Because I used to do that, and I could tell they were trying to answer. Just remember what they were going to say. Now, I was going to answer this way, and the show was stilted. So I told people, no, I said, I won't answer you embarrassing questions or anything like that. I respect you. And the show is fresher. It just flows better that way. Choose engaging guests. Another thing, not only engaging guests, that topics your listeners would enjoy, but also guests who will market that show as well as you. Because it's so easy to say, I'm going on this TV show, I'm going on this radio show, I'm not going to market it, I'm just going to ride on whatever they've done. No, you get out and market it too. You get out, and I can tell when somebody has marketed the show. And branding, either design your own or ask a designer to create one for you. I got one created through Positive Black Sisters. That guy, he is one hard working dude. He did the design for actually, you know what? I think he did part of it. I think Tara Moody did the design for Off the Shelf Books Talk Radio, and I've worked with her before. She's phenomenal. Social media, definitely add social media share buttons to your podcast so people can help spread the word about your podcast just by going boop and clicking that button. And have a clear show title. This is different from your podcast title. So for each show, you want to create a catchy title that can help pull listeners in. Podcasts are a great way to connect with readers and other people if you're in another industry who would be interested in your products. I highly recommend them. I hope you find these tips beneficial, and I hope you hit the subscribe button and visit me online at Chistell, CHISTELL.com. Remember, you are phenomenal. Go get it. See you back here next week. Bye for now.